Canada, also in England. Unite to free up the mother's land, the freedom fighter. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighters. Moving on the African border. All your sophisticated weapon and your nuclear missile. In this time they ain't worthwhile. We gonna tear down your wall of thunder, freedom fighter. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighters. Moving on the African border. Canada, also in England. Unite to free up the mother's land, the freedom fighter. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighter. Moving on the African border. All your sophisticated weapon and your nuclear missile. In this time they ain't worthwhile. We gonna tear down your wall of thunder, freedom fighter. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighter. Moving on the African border. It's on the words and the instrument of our songs. We gonna tear down your wall of thunder, fighters. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighters. Moving on the African border. All my brothers in America and all my sisters in Canada, also in England. Unite to free up the mother's land, the freedom fighter. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighters. Moving on the African border. Even with your guns and your bomb, we say we still not gonna run. Freedom fighters. Moving on the African border, family war, freedom fighters. Moving on the African border. All your sophisticated weapon and your